Hi, I'm Miss Julie. This is Tippy-Tippy-Tippy Splash. Do you see the bunnies on the surfboard? Let's count the bunnies. 1, 2, 3. And then we have Mr. McGreely over here in the sand on the beach. Tippy-Tippy-Tippy Splash, written by Candace Fleming and illustrated by G. Brian Karras. Mr. McGreely had bunny problems. He had bunnies in his garden. Have you read that story before? Muncha, muncha, muncha. He had bunnies in his shed. He had bunnies in his cupboard and bunnies in his bed. Oh no, what are those bunnies doing in his bed? I can't take it anymore, bellowed Mr. McGreely. I need a break. I need to escape. I need a day at the, what is he imagining? At the beach. Mr. McGreely grinned as his idea grew. What fun, he exclaimed. I will search for shells, fly a kite in the sky, surf the waves, and build a big, tall sandcastle. Best of all, there won't be a pesky pufftail in sight. Have you been to the beach before? What things have you done at the beach? So bright and early the next morning, Mr. McGreely packed his surfboard and snorkel, his sand pail and shovel, then bustled off to put on his bathing suit and tippy-tippy-pat, click, clack, snap. Who got in the car? That's right, the bunnies did. Minutes later, Mr. McGreely slid into the driver's seat. Goodbye, bunnies, he called out. Hello, fun. He hummed a slap-happy tune all the way to the beach. You see the bunnies buckled in the seatbelt? The one has sunglasses on. They are ready for the beach. Once there, he spread out his blanket and flopped onto his belly. Ah, he sighed, let the fun begin. But tippy-tippy-tippy-pat, flip, plop, flop. When Mr. McGreely saw the 3 little bunnies sunbathing on his blanket, he was angry. Oh no, he exclaimed. No bunny, no how, no way is sharing my fun today. He stomped away in search of the shells. Shift, poke, look, lift. He's looking for shells at the beach. Have you done that before? He uncovered half a sand dollar and 2 cracked clam shells. By golly, that was fun, exclaimed Mr. McGreely. And just look what I found. He skipped back to his blanket. Meanwhile, Tippy-Tippy-Tippy grab, plucked from the sand, Tippy nab. 3 little bunnies combing for shells, dragging a sack as big as themselves. Whoa, Look at all of the shells that those bunnies found. When Mr. McGreely saw the 3 little bunnies' big heap of sea treasures, he was really angry. Trying to show me up, hey, he sputtered. That is a big bunch of shells. Well, let's see you, wily Twitch Whiskers, do this. Grabbing a kite, he ran up and down the beach. Huff, huff, gasp, pant, puff. The kite bounced along behind. By golly, that was really fun, Mr. McGreely whizzed happily. And my kite even lifted off for a second. He headed back to his blanket. So it didn't stay up very long if it lifted up for a second? No, it didn't. Meanwhile, let's look and see what the bunnies are doing. Tippy, 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 dash. Down the shoreline, Tippy flash. 3 little bunnies flying a kite, clutching the string with all of their might. Whee! And look, one of the bunnies is flying up in the air. When Mr. McGreely saw the 3 little bunnies' kite swooping and soaring above the clouds, he was really, really angry. "You infuriating flop ears may have caught the breeze," he called, "but I bet you can't catch a wave." So what's Mr. Greeley going to try next? He's going to surf. And tucking his surfboard under his arm, he sprinted across the sand, dove into the surf, and crash, smash, glob, glob, glob. He washed ashore, spitting and sputtering. Fun, Mr. McGreely coughed. He dropped back to his blanket. Meanwhile, Tippy, 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 dash. Riding the waves, Tippy, splash. The 3 little bunnies glide on shore, then giggle and wiggle and splash back for more. Call up bunnies! Look, they are standing on the surfboard. All 3 of them are balancing together. And the top one is doing a handstand. They are doing it pretty well, aren't they? When Mr. McGreely saw the 3 bunnies shooting the curls and riding the waves, he was furious. Do you know what furious means? It means he was really, really, really angry. "Blast you, wily twitch whiskers," he shouted. "You want to see fun? I'll show you fun." Snatching up a pail and shovel, he stormed down the beach to the sandcastle contest. "First prize wins lunch at the Veggie Hut," said the judge. Mr. McGreely dropped to his knees in the sand. "By golly," he fumed, "let's see those 4-pod show-offs do this," and he started building. But crumble, tumble, plop, plop, slop. All he could make was a mound of wet sand. "So much for my fun day," sniffled Mr. McGreely. He wiped a tear away. But then, tippy, 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 ta-da! Mr. McGreely looked from the bunnies to the other castles, then back to the bunnies. "Well, maybe," he finally said, "just this once." So together they shoveled and shaped, scooped and caked, molded and piled and patted and raked, and they built a big, tall sandcastle. It was decorated with seashells, a bright kite fluttered from one of its towers, and a surfboard served as its drawbridge. So they used all the shells that they had collected, all the bunny shells, and they used a surfboard, and they worked together and made a cool sandcastle. "The winner," declared the judge. He slapped a blue ribbon onto the castle and a gift certificate into Mr. McGreely's hand. Mr. McGreely grinned. "Now that," he exclaimed, "was fun. Says winner, free lunch at Veggie Hut." You can see there's a first place ribbon on their sandcastle. Muncha, muncha, muncha. And there they are, eating their free lunch at the Veggie Hut. And that was Tippy, 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 Splash. Thank you for watching.